All right, we have breaking news right now. LA Mayor Karen Bass and LA County Supervisor Hilda Solis, they are about to give us an update on the ongoing Boyle Heights fire response and the opening of a temporary shelter for residents impacted by the smoke. That's LAFD Fire Chief Jamie Moore now at the stand. Let's listen in.
Fire Chief for the City of Los Angeles Fire Department. Here to give an update as to where we are with the fire in Boyle Heights. As has been mentioned for a couple days now, this is a very unique fire, a very unique challenge for the Los Angeles Fire Department, for the City of Los Angeles, but also for the County of Los Angeles. What we have is a 500,000 square foot commercial building that's used for frozen food. And the best way to describe this is like a giant cooler. We have corrugated steel on the outside walls filled with very, very dense foam, and the interior walls are also protected by corrugated steel walls as well. Very similar to what your coolers are when you put your sodas in there in blocks of ice. Ammonia was used as one of the refrigerants to keep everything very, very cold. So if you can imagine walking into a cold storage freezer, that's really what we're dealing with here. We've done some unique operations, and those operations have continued because the nature of foam as it burns is it just slowly continues burning, and we've been doing helicopter drops continuously since this fire started just to keep the building cooled down. Now, some have asked, why don't we just let this building free burn? Well, we have some concerns. Not just the off-gassing from all the foam that's being burnt. We've already taken care of the hazardous materials concerned by hauling all that off. But we have 85 million pounds of frozen food inside of this facility. And the way the building has been laid out, it's very difficult for us to get in there because there's zero visibility inside. Our firefighters are not able to just go in there and start moving pallets, as some may think, to be able to remove the product inside. We have cordoned off the fire with the use of ladder pipes, which is the large towers of aerial towers that have hoses on them that are emitting 1,500 to 2,000 gallons of water per minute. And we've been able to section it off. So what we're trying to do now is figure out the uninvolved area, how we can remove that food before it starts spoiling and becoming a biohazard concern. So obviously, as this fire continues to burn, it's creating new challenges for us. We've already mitigated the hazardous materials portion, but now we're starting to deal with the biohazard portion. So that's what we're working with today. I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Bass to give you the steps and the actions we've taken as a city and as a county, working jointly together to try to mitigate this emergency. But I do want to really commend our firefighters because they've been working countless hours since this fire started, just trying to hold this fire the way it is. If any of you look historically, if these fires often kill firefighters. Nobody has been injured. Nobody has been hurt. We want to ask that if you are participating with outdoor activities, and we know a lot of people are going out to watch some of the FIFA matches today, if you're sensitive to smoke, please be cognizant of that and try to stay indoors. But there's nothing in the air that is so dangerous that we have to do evacuations or even shelter in place. But we do caution people who have sensitivity to smoke or any type of lung issues to try to avoid any activities outside. So just be very cognizant of that. Our firefighters are doing an incredible job. They've been working hour after hour in just trying to hold this, and they're going to continue doing that. Now our next objective is try to figure out how we're going to get this product out of there and do it safely under the conditions we have. So it's my honor to introduce to you Mayor Karen Bass, who's going to give you an update from the city side.
Good morning, everyone. Let me just say on behalf of all of us here, and certainly myself as well, our chief concern is for your safety and for your health. And so we're not concerned in terms of the fire spreading or anything like that, but we are concerned about the biohazard, the smoke. No smoke is good, but especially the smoke that could be toxic because of the chemicals that were needed to keep the food frozen in the facility. So our main focus today is to talk about your health and how we are going to respond to that. Let me also just say that I stand here with representatives from the state, the county, and of course the leader of the district, our city councilwoman, to tell everybody that that is our chief concern. Last night, we opened up a recreational facility for a 24-hour shelter if people need that, and I know that our councilwoman will talk about that in a minute. We're going to be distributing masks and air filters. Thank you with the Red Cross and other our partners. And then later today, we will be announcing a joint state of emergency. I have reached out to the governor. I know other of us have reached out to the governor. I anticipate talking to him later today. I know Assemblymember Mark Gonzalez last night reached out. He'd already heard from the governor. So the governor will be prepared to respond to our state of emergency when that is ready with whatever resources we need to do what the chief described, which is moving the toxic materials away from here and disposing of them in a way that we will avert a major environmental disaster. So this is about prevention. This is about protecting your public health. And I just do have to commend all of the firefighters because, as the chief explained to me yesterday, a fire like this typically could result in the loss of life of many firefighters. I did announce last night that we were going to have a press conference, because I wanted the chief to talk about the innovative, aggressive tactics that have been used to fight this fire to keep everyone safe, including the firefighters. And I just want to commend him for his absolute excellent leadership and his aggressive response to this in a way that I don't think we have seen before. So with that, I want to introduce my chief partner, longtime colleague, the supervisor from this area, Hilda Solis.
Thank you, Mayor, and I want to thank, obviously, our colleagues here, but first and foremost, I want to thank the Los Angeles City and LA County firefighters. Thank you, Chief Moore, and to our LA County firefighters for being here. They have been working around the clock since Wednesday when this was declared a hazard. And I just want to say that while Boyle Heights is in the city of Los Angeles, the impacts are also felt in the unincorporated areas of East Los Angeles, but other surrounding cities who are also very concerned. We are very grateful for the ongoing efforts. I can't thank our first responders enough. I want to also say that because we are closely tied, I want to thank the mayor and council member Jurado as well as Colaza for representing us in the state.
You've been listening to a news conference on the fire response and the city response to the Boyle Heights warehouse fire that erupted on Wednesday. We know that it has flared up again, creating a lot of concern. The good news here, according to the fire chief, Jamie Moore, he said that it's under control right now, so there was no concern about this being dangerous to the public. No shelter-in-place order at this time, but they do want the public, the people who live in that area, to be cognizant of the air quality around the area. And of course, if you live beyond Boyle Heights, you've obviously felt and seen and smelled the smoke this morning.
Yeah, we know how far-reaching this is.
City Terrace Park, and we jointly decided we would do this here together because this is of paramount importance. I also know that there's a lot of concern. We've had boots on the ground, both with the city as well as the county, having folks go out, knocking on doors, talking to people, sharing information, resources, masks, and we know that we'll have two areas, one in the city, in Boyle Heights, Pecan Park, and also here at City Terrace that'll be available as long as needed. So there will be a respite here provided. And I want to thank also the American Red Cross. You have never, ever let us down. And I know that we rely on you, and the community does too. There's a great deal of trust there. I also want to thank the South Coast Air Quality Management District. I understand that they're providing not purifiers, but some testing at different school sites that will help us ascertain the impacts in our surrounding community. And I also want to thank our Department of Public Health, who is also out there investigating, as well as our County Department of Hazardous, our firefighting department that has experts in hazardous material. So we know the biggest deal here is that we got to work together. And again, the safety and protection of our residents. I also want to say that I'm prepared to work with the mayor to speak to the governor and have made a call into him as well to let him know that we stand together in declaring a state of emergency. And the state of emergency is to bring down resources so that we will be eligible for reimbursements, because everything here has a cost, including the talented employees, our fire department, everyone that is having a hand in here will need to find resources to make people whole, including our residents, as well as our businesses that have been impacted by the closure of this fire. So we're going to be prepared to do everything we can. We are here for the remainder of this time around the clock. I will end with that, and next I would like to introduce the council member, Isabel Jurado, who I'm so proud of, and know that she's going to continue to fight for all of us and work in partnership with our offices. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Solis, and thank you, Mayor Bass, and really, really thank you, Chief Moore. I can't give you any more accolades than already has been given, but the testament to your work and dedication to everything you are accomplishing and the foresight that you have to stomp this fire out as soon as possible to make sure our East LA city residents and county residents are safe is so heartening to see your leadership and forward movement on this. We are here as a united front and committed to quick, decisive action, and that's why the county supervisor and the mayor are asking the state for resources to make sure that we can prevent this harm to our communities, which they have seen before in other iterations, but that's not going to happen with us, and we're going to continue to fight on all angles to make sure that we put this fire out and protect our communities. Again, we have a Pecan Park Recreation Center, which is a site of respite that the mayor, thanks to her leadership, helped us open last night. Last night, I left to go there at 10 p.m. and there was a woman with a family of 4 who is living on Indiana Street who just saw our press conference and went right away to see what they had available as they were setting up, because she was right by the plumes of smoke and couldn't breathe with her young kids and wanted somewhere to stay. So spaces like this here at City Terrace are so important. Want to thank the Red Cross, who was out there last night putting it all together, and all our city county family. We are united for all of you, and we're here to serve you together. So with that, I also want to introduce Assembly Member Jessica Caloza, who is our sister in this work, to make sure that we protect all our residents.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Jurado, Mayor Bass, Supervisor Hilda Solis, Jessica Caloza, Assembly Member for District 52, and want to also echo my thanks to our first responders, to the Red Cross, to the nonprofits providing food and shelter, for the county, the city, for providing quick action to our governor. This is the second year of my first term in office, and this unfortunately is not a new sight for many of you. We know that so many of us sprung to action during the Eaton fire when we were doing something very similar, really making sure that we responded to our community. Unfortunately, just a few weeks ago, the same thing happened around the East LA oil spill, and now here we are again. And so I think for me, in addition to the health and the safety and the concern, the deep concern that my partners here and my sisters here are echoing, I also just want to tell the community that we see you, we hear you, and we want to do everything we can to provide resources to respond to this crisis, because we know that for too long communities like East LA, like Boyle Heights, immigrant Latino communities, hardworking, everyday working class people bear the brunt of air pollution, of environmental hazards, of all these things that for some reason keep happening in the same neighborhoods. And I am so deeply committed working with the county and the city to ensure that the state does everything in our power to ensure that we continue not just to clean up this mess and what's going on, but to make sure that the community has the information that they need. I also wanted to thank the South Coast AQMD, and I did just want to share a phone number for the community, 1-800-288-7664. That's 1-800-288-7664. If you smell something that may not be right, whether that's indoors or outdoors, we ask you to report it to the AQMD so that we can continue to monitor what's going on. And for the shelter that we're at here today, I did also just want to note, because we know that this is incredibly important for a lot of the calls that my team has been fielding, is that pets are also welcome at this site on a leash or in a kennel, and it's open 24/7. And we know how important that is for so many of our residents. And lastly, I will also share that after the Eaton fire, one of the first things that I did was introduce legislation to respond to this crisis. I had introduced legislation that unfortunately did not make it through. One was for direct financial assistance to give up to $10,000 to individuals and small businesses when situations like a crisis like this happen, and that did not make it, unfortunately, as well as working to have our health plans cover air filters, which would be sorely needed in this type of situation. So I'm deeply committed to making sure that we work with our partners to not give up, to continue the fight on the legislative level. And thank you again to everyone for being here. And next, I would like to introduce Chief O'Brien from the Los Angeles County Fire Department.
Thank you, Assembly Member. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank Supervisor Solis, Mayor Bass, all our county and city officials, and the community leaders here with us today. I'm Chief Deputy John O'Brien with Los Angeles County Fire Department. While the Los Palos incident is located within the city of Los Angeles and is being expertly managed by our partners at the Los Angeles City Fire Department, the smoke, the environmental concerns, and the human impact do not recognize jurisdictional lines. That is why the County of Los Angeles has moved to establish the City Terrace Park Shelter, as well as the shelter in Boyle Heights. We are here to wrap our arms around the communities, provide safe, clean, secure environment for everyone affected, especially our residents who are most vulnerable to smoke and poor air quality. I'd like to thank Chief Moore for taking the time this morning to update us and provide a comprehensive operational update on where things stand. However, I do want to be transparent to the public. This work is far from over. Because of the massive scale of this cold storage facility, deep pockets of smoldering fire remain buried under structural debris and solar panels. Our city firefighting brothers and sisters are executing a meticulous, deeply challenging operation to bring the fire under control. Because of this, incident operations will continue into the foreseeable future. You will continue to see emergency vehicles, and depending on changing wind conditions, you may see periodic increases in visible smoke or smell localized odors. Your safety remains our absolute North Star. To ensure the air you breathe is safe, comprehensive, real-time air monitoring is in place. We are working hand in hand with our partners at the South Coast Air Quality Management District, the County Department of Public Health, and our own Health Hazardous Materials Division. AQMD has specialized mobile monitors deployed throughout our communities, continuously tracking particulate matter and mitigating smoke conditions. As we gather this data, we are evaluating it around the clock. Updates to provide actions to the community, such as additional advisories and warnings, will be made immediately as warranted. We will not hesitate to adjust our posture should conditions warrant. In the meantime, we know the smoke is a very real burden. Even without a shelter-in-place order, the air quality can be tough on children, the elderly, and those with pre-existing respiratory conditions such as asthma. That is exactly why we are standing here today at the City Terrace Park Shelter. This facility is fully equipped, clean air sanctuary. If you are sensitive to the smoke, or you simply need a safe place to rest while firefighting operations continue, these doors are open to you. I want to thank Supervisor Solis, Mayor Bass for their leadership mobilizing county and city resources. I want to thank the community for your incredible patience and resilience. We are here with you today, we will be here tomorrow, and we will stand right beside you through this incident. Thank you, and I'd now like to introduce Director of OEM, Kevin McGowan.
Thank you, Chief O'Brien. First, I want to acknowledge and thank and provide appreciation to our elected leaders. The county's emergency organization has been engaged with this since the beginning. The primary reason for our county emergency organization is this very type of incident. It mobilizes all of our different resources to come to bear to support our community and to affect coordination amongst all of our response departments. I want to provide some people with some opportunities to take action. One, go to alertla.org. Again, you can visit alertla.org to sign up for emergency notifications. It's our most important tool to provide life-saving information to community members. We've extensively used our emergency notification system in issuing advisory messages throughout the most impacted areas. So again, please visit alertla.org to sign up for emergency notifications. Also, if you have need information regarding emergency shelters or other support, you can visit alertla.org. So it's our central hub for communication. Additionally, you can call 211. This will provide you shelter information and potential transportation options if you need assistance to get to the shelter. And with that, I want to hand it over to Dr. Davis from our County Department of Public Health. Thank you.
Thank you, and good morning to everyone. So I'm Dr. Muncie Davis with the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health. And I want to say at the moment, our main public health concern right now is really around the smoke and the fine particles from the fire that are affecting the air quality. And so these things may cause, temporary irritation of the ear, nose, and throat, and lungs as well, and exacerbate existing heart and lung conditions. So people really just need to pay attention to how they feel, especially if they have underlying health conditions, and watching children as well, who may not always recognize if something is bothering them. Now, we do know, as has been mentioned, that some people are going to be more sensitive to poor air quality. Again, that includes children, older adults, and those with existing heart and lung conditions. And people should really follow the air quality advisories in terms of what to do when the particulate matter is at the level that it is right now. And those come from South Coast AQMD, and it may come from other responding agencies as well, depending on what they're seeing on the ground. And so if you're in an area that is under an advisory, or you see smoke or smell smoke, or you see a lot of ash around you, take steps to limit your exposure. And that could include spending more time indoors with cleaner air, like at the shelter or in your own home, closing your windows and doors to keep that poor air quality out. And if you have a HVAC system or a heating and ventilation system, turn it so that it recirculates the indoor air and is not pulling outdoor air in as well. And if you have an air purifier, it's an option. It may be helpful as well. And also make sure that you're reducing strenuous outdoor activity when the air quality is bad as well. That'll just put you more at risk of being exposed, and especially if ash and smoke are present as well. Now, so for people who spend extended time outdoors in areas under an air quality advisory or with heavy smoke or ash conditions, wearing a well-fitting N95 or P100 mask can help reduce exposure. Now, just because you have a mask doesn't mean we want you to spend time outdoors. It just means that you have to be outdoors. That is something you can do to limit your exposure to what's in the air. And we do want to remind people, anyone who's experiencing severe or worsening symptoms, including difficulty breathing, chest pain, or significant breathing distress, should seek medical attention. And if it feels like it's life-threatening, call 911. But really do pay attention to how you feel wherever you are. And as mentioned, responding agencies will continue to monitor this, and will update and provide additional guidance as the conditions evolve. Thank you. And I will turn it over to Jacqueline Cities and Daniela Pineda from the American Red Cross.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jackie Kleitz, Regional CEO, Los Angeles Region of the American Red Cross. Last night, in response and in collaboration with our community partners, as you've heard today, we opened 2 shelters at the Pecan Recreation Center and here at City Terrace Park. A few things to keep in mind as you come. If you're all are welcome at the American Red Cross, when you join us at our shelters, you'll be greeted with trained Red Cross volunteers and staff to provide a safe and supportive and comfortable environment. In our shelters, we can provide daily meals and snacks, disaster health services, emotional support, and of course, a welcoming community ready to give you help. Again, as I shared earlier, everyone is welcome. If you're impacted by the fires or the smoke, you don't have to stay here, but you can come and share in the resources. All assistance is free, so please feel free to join us at any time today. If you are coming, a couple of things to keep in mind. If you have children, it's important to bring special items like food, formula, diapers. Some of that is here, but you may have specific things for your children that you want to bring. Same for your pets. It was mentioned earlier, leashes, if there's medications, things like that. Prescription medications, if you have them, it's always better to bring them with you just in case you need them. And of course, if you have comfort items that you think you want to bring with you, pillows, towels, blankets, please feel free to bring those as well. We want this to be a comfortable environment for you.